Hi Taurus, welcome to Sophquest. I'm Spence. This is a weekly reading for you for the week of August 9th through the 15th. Welcome back if you guys are subscribers, and welcome in if you are new to the channel. Thanks so much for coming by. So this week we are in between that new moon of last week, still in that energy for the first couple of days, and then a couple weeks after that we're going to be in that second full moon in Aquarius, so big energies. Meanwhile, we've got I was shuffling, you saw me do that, and there's your card. So in between this week, in this particular week, the 9th through the 15th, we've got a couple of outer planets squaring the moon, but moves quickly. And then we've got some trines happening that will feel nice. Maybe some surprising good news coming in. That could happen this week. We do have quite a few planets in retrograde. Quite a few. So that's a lot of internal stuff going on and helping us make adjustments as we are going through all the changes that we're going through. And boy, oh boy, isn't it everywhere. This week I am using the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck by Kim Krans. Love these so much. I have used them before and love them. And I shuffled and pulled for you the heart. Nice. So I'll read that in just a moment. I'm also using the new Palladini Tarot by Palladini. All right. So I'm going to shuffle those for you now. So Taurus, why don't you just settle in with me and relax and take a moment to yourself. For yourself, right? Take some deep cleansing breaths. Let's bring down the cortisol, lower the stress, right? Plant our feet, drop our shoulders, get some oxygen to the brain so it feels good, right? You deserve it. Okay, Taurus. I am very excited about this time right now. We just went through that Lion's Gate from last week, and I have to say, I was so blown away by how those messages kind of came the way that they came through, because I think it's an auspicious time for all of us, and I just saw so many things in those messages. So let's see what we see this week. This is a very cool deck, very colorful. Hope you like them, both of them. I'm going to lay them out, and then I'm going to read that heart message from the Archetypes deck for you. All right. Well, I take these in, and you take some nice deep cleansing breaths. Nice. Bottom of the deck is the Sun. I mean, wow. Under that, the Nine of Pentacles, and under that, the Knight of Swords. Wow, information. You are either talking or someone's coming in to talk to you, and it's going to make you feel great, really self-confident, or you're just going to be speaking with a lot of self-confidence. This is under the deck. This is sort of in the subconscious, but I think that maybe you're turning a corner or coming into just a better mood, kind of a better way of looking at things or feeling better. Maybe something good is happening, coming to fruition this week, and it's just going to make you feel great if that's the case. There is definitely a huge change afoot with the center card here that I'm looking at. And I think you're going to just be letting go of some worries, because once this change comes through, it looks to me like you're just going to have peace of mind, like, relief kind of thing. There is something that you've wanted for sure that I see. So we'll go through it. I'm going to go across. I'm going to go down. I'm going to do the big picture. Okay, but first let's read the heart. Number 31 in this book. Reading Roman numerals here. So I got to give myself a little break on trying to find these. Yeah. X's before L's, right? Okay. There it is. Yeah. 31. Here we go. It's a large book. Okay. The heart for you, Taurus. The heart. The message says the home, the center, the throne. It's possible from an imaginal point of view to sense the heart as a place. Either we are there within the realm of expansion and compassion, or we've drifted somewhere else. There is no in-between. It is common for us to leave this archetypal center without realizing it, as the world, with its seductive twists and turns, offer us frequent departure. We may even become a stranger to the landscape of the heart, leaving it vacant for long stretches of time. The seat of the heart is often reclaimed by nature, music, dance, and the presence of children or animals. This card encourages us to move past the layers of life's tangles and knots and enter the wild and sacred center of the self. The most precious throne in the galaxy is awaiting your return. Your heart. So expansion, knowing, gentle clarity. The flowering heart. This is about feeling touched by life, right? Feeling as if you're right at home in the world, in yourself, in the world, in your relationships. And if you haven't felt that way, getting back to it, coming back to self with the sun on the bottom of the deck. This is Leo season. And this, number one, firstly, I think that this is timing. This card is saying, right now, in this timing, there is a shift happening internally for you. And it is a shift that transforms you. And obviously, it's happening in the heart. I think this is a heart chakra awakening for you. And Taurus, that is such a healing and life-altering pivotal moment for each and every one of us. When the heart chakra truly does awaken or evolve itself. In other words, you know, your heart can be open and growing and loving, but there's always room for more growth, right? There's always room for more love to come from your heart and to come into your heart. So I think it's saying to pay attention, very, very much so, to the needs of your heart right now. This is something that I think you're trying to tell yourself. I think in this, the Knight of Swords, I'm trying to put them in order the way you see them. The Knight of Swords is you trying to tell yourself, I want to feel confident in the way that I express my feelings, I express my love, and I want to feel at home in the relationships in which I do that, because I want to be me, and I want to be loved as me, and I want to love others as my authentic self. So very much this is with the sun on the bottom of the deck and the Nine of Pentacles underneath that. It's so much about your genuine authenticity. And when we're talking about the heart, that is what we're talking about, isn't it? Right? When your heart is open, when you're at home in your own self and at home in the world, then your heart is open. It just is. I just saw in my mind the Grinch when his heart grew 3 sizes, right? You know, when it happens, it can be like that. It can be so stunning that it can change our lives in an instant. So this pivotal moment for you right now it's life-altering. And the reason I say that, the center of your reading today in your 9 card is the Death card. And this is transformation. You know, unto everything there is a season. That's what this card means. Unto everything there is a season. So after the winter comes the spring, right? After the spring comes the summer. After the summer comes the autumn. We know this. We know this. It is the most natural thing that we as human beings live with the knowledge of. It is absolutely the truth that none of us can deny. So do we, you know, yes, when we live our human life, we do in the back of our minds maybe consider at the end of our life how well we have lived, how well we have loved. But in our lives, we die many little deaths, right? You could think a day when the sun goes down, that's a little death. Every week, a little death. Every month, a little death. It's an ending, isn't it? We always have the end of something and the beginning of something happening at all times. So there's nothing different about that. But when we're talking about the heart, this is a transformational moment. This means there's something in your life that was a certain way that is no longer going to be the way it was. And if it's internal, then it's maybe that your heart had been closed off and you're about to open it back up. I'm seeing the Grinch. I can't stop seeing the Grinch in my mind. His heart, what is in the poem? His heart grew 3 sizes that day, something like that. So you could have a moment like that. It could be big. And okay, so let's go through the cards. We're going to go horizontally first. The Wheel of Fortune. So right now, right, in the time of Leo, right now, there's a change that is happening. And I think it's something you've wanted. 9 of Cups is when we feel like a wish is coming to fruition. It's happening. Something we've waited for or hoped for, wanted, is coming to pass. But I think that there's been an issue that you haven't been able to figure out. And maybe that's what your wish has been, is just to figure out what it has been that has kept you from maybe being as either emotionally forthright, right, as you'd wanted to be. You know, the Seven of Swords energy is really when things are kind of under the radar. Things aren't being said out loud. Things are not being shared. Yes, you know, it can be mistrust. It can be dishonesty. It can be. But what I'm seeing here is that I think you are wanting to trust. And I think you are wanting to be trusted. And that takes heart opening kind of trust, doesn't it? It means that when your heart is open, you trust easily and naturally. So if that's part of the process for you, I think that that is part of what is changing. And this, I love this 9 of Cups because you can see in this, he kind of has a side eye. You see his side eye? Let me see how you're seeing it. Okay. Yeah. And looking at the 7 of Swords. So maybe in the past you haven't been able to trust your heart opening itself to people. Maybe this is something you've lived your entire life working on. Being emotionally open or vulnerable or trusting of others. And maybe it's for very good reason. Maybe that's, you know, you were raised in a certain way or you've been hurt a lot in life. You know, we all go through a lot of things that traumatize us and that leave scars. But this is changing. And I think that it's a change you want very much. You don't want to mistrust anymore. That's what I'm seeing from that line. Okay, you truly want trust. And at the bottom of the deck, with this Sun card, this is saying you want to live in the truth, you want to love in the truth, you want to be in authenticity, and you want to breathe easy without ever having to have those feelings of can I not trust. Whether it's friends, family members, your loved ones, you know, the person you're trying to have a romantic relationship with. Trust should be easy for you. When love is like this, just shining out from authenticity, trust is easy. You can just breathe easy. You feel it very deeply, and you feel it in your heart. It's not something that you have to rationalize. You don't need a list of reasons to have to trust someone. You actually feel it, right? Okay. And the reason I'm saying that I think this is the change you're wanting is because, you know, you have looked at what has hurt you in the past, and you've said, I want to be done with that. I want to forgive. I want to forgive and forget. I want to move forward. I want to heal. Because the pain I've felt has caused me to be in a state of numbness or apathy. And that's what's being transformed for you right now. Because we can't really accept a cup of love or even give a cup of love that is genuine and healing and completely pure, I guess. Pure is the word I'm getting. You know, if it isn't, if you're not feeling it deeply, right? If you're in this state, it's meh. It's MEH, right? Meh. It's like that feeling, and you don't want to feel this. And you don't want to feel this. So you don't want to be hurt, and you're worried if I open up, I might be hurt. So you close down, but if you're shut down, then you just feel meh. So neither one is going to work for you anymore, and that's why the death card is in the middle. That's absolutely why that's in the middle, because that's what you're transforming. I don't want to be hurt, but I don't want to be numb either. I actually want to feel like this in my heart. This is what an open heart looks like and feels like. It feels like walking out into sunshine. It's free and easy. Because you've been worried and trying to heal. Thinking, overthinking. Can I trust? Should I trust? What is my sticking point? What's the problem that I have with trust? And how can I take care of myself? How can I think differently about how I care, how I share, how I am allowing of other people loving me? So it's that. Let's go down the vertical, because when we're looking at it and we know it's a time of change and we're saying to ourselves, I don't want to feel like love hurts. Like, how many times have you maybe said that to yourself? If you have, it's only causing you pain, fear, and anxiety. It's not doing you any good. It's only hurting you further. And so instead of trusting others and allowing love in, what you're doing is hurting yourself. You're not letting anybody else in. If that's what you're doing, I'm just saying if you are, and you're not letting anyone else in because you can't trust, then instead of them hurting you, you're hurting you. So you end up hurt anyway. But what you really want is to change that, to transform it, to come to light, and to heal it. Finally, this is peace of mind. This is no peace of mind. Next card on the horizontal is this. So you want to go from the worry of, oh God, to peace of, you just want the free and easy feeling. That's the transformation you're going through, center of the reading today. Because mistrust hurts you. Mistrust keeps you numb and unfeeling. No one can get through, but you can't get through to you either. So it's time for you to take care of yourself. Mother yourself. Soothe yourself. Allow yourself to have this. This is what you're wanting, Taurus. And I wish it for you. I truly do. I wish you kindness, reverence, and gratitude. I wish for that heart chakra to open right on up. Because when it does, it's a brand new day and it's going to change your life. All right. I'll be here for you next week. You take care, and I'll talk to you then.